Toby Hedricks was first moto on the road for the third day of the safari, but not on the bike he was riding yesterday. Organisers recruiting him to run as the Zero Moto safety bike to gain experience for his planned trip to Dakar later in the year.
Look, I'm grateful that they've let me continue on in the event to get some much needed seat time and things like that, but unfortunately, after yesterday's events, we're out of the contention for the overall, but in the grand scheme of things, this event to me was always about the training and the preparation, so I'm not too disappointed about that, I guess. Well, I've got over the disappointment, I should say, of that.
So the battle had been opened up. Overnight leader Ben Langford duelling with Day 2 winner Corey Banks, who was first on the road.
I made a pretty bad mistake first stage this morning, so it cost me a few minutes. Caught back the lead rider just then and went past him, and then he wanted to play cat and mouse at the finish line, so I just level up and went past, and I'll lead out the next stage.
Hedricks' demise yesterday and Banks' mistake in the opening special stage provided a new opportunity for Ben Langford.
Yeah, I sort of opened half the stage this morning and two yesterday, and it's you can't let it get to your head, that's for sure. Just got to pick your marks and do what you can, do your best.
With one stage apiece, Langford still held the moto lead at lunchtime in Pooncarie. Mark Blake on Bike 9 finished second to Corey Banks through Special Stage 8, but would make no impact on the top leaderboard. On Bike 2, Matt Gillespie was another unable to affect the top moto spots. In his third safari, Aaron Trist is here unsupported, so when he lost drive today, things weren't looking too good.
Pulled off the road, pulled the cover off, saw that the sprocket was fine, but the countershaft spline was gone. So that's it, no more drive.
Fortunately, the moto community kicked into action in the form of Nathan Falvo to rescue the driverless Melburnian. And with the luck of the Irish, Billy McGee is first moto into service.
Yeah, I pulled out of this number 8, the stage. Yeah, it was just too hard going. Third day, it's just killing me. The old body's just not up to it. First event and really tough, riding in sand for basically the first time ever, and I'm struggling. But I'm ready to go for this next one now. Everyone's helped me out tremendously the whole time, from all the staff, all the competitors. No, it's been amazing.
Now, there'd be a lot of very wide open sandy areas like this in Ireland?
No. The beach, which we never go to, we're not allowed in the motorbike. No, it's all sort of rocky and muck.
Bradley Greenfield is a newbie to the safari, but his reputation as an enduro rider was vindicated with a scorching time on SS8.
Yeah, the last 2 days we haven't made it past the third competitive stage, so I'm praying today we do. We've changed kind of everything we can that could be causing it. So
in autos, Dean Herridge banked his best stage finish to open his Day 3 account with a stage win.
It was good fun actually. That's probably the closest that we get to, like, I guess, a rally road. Yeah, it's 80 k's. It's still a lot of kilometres, but there's just some really cool sections that you could read the road quite well, and we could sort of left foot brake and be a bit careful. We've only got a synchro box in this thing, so you can get yourself caught out pretty easy. But that's probably the most fun stage I've done since I've started doing safaris, I reckon. Look, the next stage had a lot of rhythm changes. I think that's where some experience comes from. I got caught out twice, big time. Through some ruts that I didn't read and they weren't in the notes, and we've crashed through them, and we've been a few things which we then carried for the next 100 kilometres.
It was a morning of the Deans, with 3:04 just 5 seconds behind.
I'm not sure what happened, but it sort of suited us, those roads, the tight and twisty. We can't really compete on those big open straights, but the tight and twisty stuff we seem to be able to do really well in. So, and that'd be the same with Dean as well. Having that nice Subaru would be good in all that stuff.
His experience with Special Stage 8 wasn't quite as good though.
We had a really big moment. We just ran wide on a corner, and there just seemed to be a gutter or a bit where they built up with the grader, and once we hit it, it sent us in the air and we went sideways, and we honestly thought it was going to roll over, but he seemed to just get it back luckily and continued on.
Both front runners in the auto division couldn't make the most of the tighter technical first stage, but the second was a different story.
The second stage was the best stage we've had of the event. Everything flowed, everything went well, got past a few bikes, didn't really see much dust. There's only one gate, and the roadbook was really good, so yeah, we got into a bit of a rhythm, and the car's feeling better and better.
I think that second stage suited us a lot better. I'd love to see some split time so we can see where we're gaining time and where we're losing time. But I'm pretty sure in the second sort of rougher, sandy areas where we would have been a bit quicker. Car felt fantastic, like really good.
The Nissan Patrol of Will Dunn and Gareth Edwards has been showing glimpses of its competitiveness with a couple of top stage times. But niggling mechanical issues have kept 309 just outside of the top 5. Gareth Edwards is certainly not concerned about the Revo up front.
Obviously it's a well-built machine, but you know there's still 2 of you in the car. You still got to know where you're going. So horsepower and machine's not everything. The stages are wicked. Like, it's good fun, flowing stages. It's been really good. Been very enjoyable.
There was just one afternoon stage, but it had a huge impact on both categories. In Moto, Corey Banks and Ben Langford were mostly unaffected, but half a dozen of the following riders spent too much circle time in Special Stage 9 Lelma.
No, I don't think we have it because we're on the crop still. I've been the other ways. There's no crop.
So that 96.09, I feel like that was that corner just there where the setup car was.
Scotty Huggins misread an important tulip, and so began the Lost in Lelma Moto saga. Liam McConnell wasn't far behind.
I'm going with the excuse that I was pretty close to Matt Gillespie and trying to stay in front of him and not reading my notes properly. But ended up with a group of about 6 of us, I think in the end, going around the paddocks and struggling to find the right road. When Brad Greenfield caught up to us, we all reset our trip meters to where he was at that tulip. And I kind of thought bugger him and decided to go off on my own and just go along real slow and have a good look at the tracks to see where the 0 car had been.
That did the trick, and McConnell was on his way home, leaving the rest to sort themselves out. The real winner in all of this, though, was 17-year-old Archie Connor, who snuck under the radar, slowing to make less dust and turning his headlight off so the lost riders might not see him.
Oh, well, I've been trying to make up time all week, so yeah, I just didn't want to give away too many secrets, and they can find their own way. Tangles, he's pretty sneaky like that, and he's told me a few times to do that if I get into trouble and stuff, so yeah, I guess I just followed on from that.
For those who know Tangles, his father, the tactical aspect of cross-country rallying is important, and that has clearly been passed down a generation. Archie Connor moves up to 3rd outright in Moto, with Corey Banks taking over the lead from Ben Langford. In Auto, Andrew Travis's day headed south, running around in circles too, using up valuable time, which led Adam Kaplan back into the day outright and Dean George into 2nd and 3rd outright overall. At the end of day 3, and after 900 kilometres of competitive stages, the Kaplan Revo trails Travis in the Commodore Ute by just 2 seconds. It will all be on tomorrow for the final day on the dirt.